Hello, my name is Sue Davies and I'm the Senior Early Years Practitioner within the Early Years team at Flying Start. And today I'm going to talk to you about making a homemade story sack with anything you can have around the house, really, any toys or any resources you have. Story sacks are really useful for children and they promote their speech and language development and they maintain their interest when reading a story. Okay, today I thought about putting Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This is the book I've chosen because I had lots of different things that I could use for the story. You can choose whatever you like. Get a book with the children, ask the children to choose what book, and then have a look around the house to see what you've got that you can put in. You don't have to put every item in the book, you know, because today I've got bowls and I've got bears and Goldilocks, but I haven't got the beds and the chairs. So you can just put together a few things, okay? And now we got here today, we got a teddy bear depicting Daddy Bear, a middle-sized bear depicting Mummy Bear, and a very small bear depicting Baby Bear. I've got a dolly there who could be Goldilocks, and I've got 3 different size bowls, okay, and 3 different size spoons. I've also got some dried porridge oats, so you could put some in the bowls for the children and they could have a stir or hold the bears to have a stir. Have a dustpan and brush to hand so you can sweep up or just fold up your blanket and then pop it in the bin. Okay, shake it in the bin. Alright, so this is a nice little activity because children like messy play as well and they can have a stir. Okay, so I'm going to read now the story Goldilocks and the Three Bears to you today. There we go, so shall we begin? Are we sitting comfortably, everybody? And we'll begin. Right. Once upon a time there was a little girl called Goldilocks. She liked to do something silly every day. Now, thought Goldilocks, what shall I do next? Goldilocks' mum always said, don't go into the forest on your own, it's full of big, scary bears. But Goldilocks wasn't scared. So on Friday, she went into the forest all on her own. Ha, she said, I can't see any bears. She skipped happily along the path until she saw a pretty little cottage that said, Bear Cottage. I wonder who lives here, thought Goldilocks, and went inside. When she was inside, she sniffed. She said. On the table there were 3 delicious big bowls of porridge, steaming hot. I'm sure nobody would mind if I had a tiny taste, thought Goldilocks. First, Goldilocks tried the great big bowl. Oh, yuck, too cold. Next, she tried the middle-sized bowl. Too hot, she said. Last of all, Goldilocks tried the baby bowl. Oh, just right, she said, and she ate it all up into her tummy. Yum, yum, yum. Feeling very full, Goldilocks looked around for somewhere to sit. First of all, she tried the great big chair. Too hard, she said, really hard. Next, she tried the middle-sized chair. Too soft. Last of all, she tried the tiny chair. Ah, thought Goldilocks, just right until, crack, the chair broke. Oh no! Goldilocks, what have you done? Oops, thought Goldilocks, time for a nap. So she went up the stairs and she found a great big bed. She climbed onto the bed, but it was too hard. Next, she tried the middle-sized bed. Too soft, said Goldilocks. Last of all, she tried the tiny bed. Oh, just right, said Goldilocks, snuggling down and cushion in, and she went fast asleep. As she slept, a large paw pulled at the front door. 3 bears plodded into the house. There was a great big Daddy Bear, a middle-sized Mummy Bear, and a tiny little Baby Bear. Who's been eating my porridge, said Daddy Bear. Who's been eating my porridge, said Mummy Bear. And who's been eating my porridge and eating it all up, said Baby Bear, starting to cry. Oh no! Daddy Bear looked around the room. Who's been sitting in my chair? He growled. Well, who's been sitting in my chair? Said Mummy Bear. And who's been sitting in my chair? Said Baby Bear. And broken it all to bits. Oh no! Then the three bears heard some snoring from upstairs. They heard a rumbling and a snoring, and they thought they'd go upstairs to see what was happening. The three bears climbed the stairs. "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" growled Father Bear. "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" said Mummy Bear. "And who's been sleeping in my bed? And there she is," said Baby Bear. Goldilocks woke up. She screamed. Oh my goodness! She flew out of the cottage and ran all the way home crying. "I'll never, ever, ever be silly again and go where I shouldn't and listen to Mummy and Daddy," said Goldilocks. So Goldilocks never ever went into the woods again and always listened to what Mummy and Daddy were telling her. There's a good girl, Goldilocks. That was a lesson learned, wasn't it, everybody? So that's the end of the story. Okay, so you can use, like I said before, you can use any story, okay? And then the children can have a mix as well and use the dolly, use Goldilocks to have a mix, and they can reenact the story. There's lots of nice things they can do. But like, as you can see, these are not matching, okay? Nothing has to match, and you can just get anything you've got in your cupboard, and I'm sure you've got teddies and dollies around the house, and use any book, okay?